Hi friends, I am so excited for this video. I love making coffee. I was a manager at a coffee shop before being a stay-at-home mom, so I still love experimenting with flavors, making my own syrups at home, combining flavors, doing different seasonal themed coffees, and I'm very excited to share all of that with you. In today's video, I will be sharing 5 different fall themed coffees that you can make at home, whether you have an espresso machine or not. I will be using espresso in all of these, but if you don't have an espresso machine, it's very easy to make a very strong brewed coffee, whether it is in a coffee pot or French press. If you want to learn how to do that, I will have my ebook linked in the description below, where you can become a barista at home in very simple ways, full of recipes, but I'll leave that in the description box below. I want to thank Tin Boom Coffee Roasters for sponsoring this video. I love Tin Boom for so many reasons. Their coffee is delicious, it is organic, mold-free, it is roasted in Israel, and you can really taste the difference. They just came out with some new roasts that are so wonderful. My favorite would be Watchmaker, and in this video I'm going to be using 2 of theirs, which is the Watchmaker and Valor. They both have hints of flavors that are great to use in fall coffees. I will have both of these linked below, as well as my code that they gave me that you can save some money on when you order any of their coffees or merchandise. I love that their mission is to help Christian endeavors all around the world and what they do for the Holy Land, Israel. If you want to read about their mission, I will have a link to their website also in the description box, where you can check them out, see what they do, see how they roast their coffee, where they get it from, and so much more. So the 2 I will be using is Watchmaker and Valor. They are so great. As I said, Watchmaker is my favorite, and I am so excited to be working with them again on this video. So before we get into the coffees, I will say that all of the recipes will be in the description box below. I'll have some links to syrups that you can check out over on my Instagram. I share so much over on my Instagram, just recipes and things I come up with for making coffees at home. I have that all in my coffee highlights, so I'll have that linked in the description box as well. Everything will be down there, check it out. But let's get into making the coffees now. The first one we're going to start with is a very simple pumpkin spiced dirty chai. I make a pumpkin spice syrup that is not very heavy on the pumpkin. A lot of the homemade pumpkin spice syrups you will find it makes it very thick because of how much pumpkin puree they use, but I really like to make mine that just has the spice taste, as a little bit of pumpkin with the pumpkin puree, but it has a lot of that pumpkin spice flavor. So that is what I'm using. My recipe again will be linked below. And then I put in my double shot of espresso. I use this Oregon chai tea latte concentrate. It is the best one I've ever tried. I will also have this in the description box for you. So I fill that up about halfway, so it's about a fourth or a third of this total drink, and then I will pour in milk on top. Super simple. Add in your ice. I like to do a sprinkle of cinnamon on top as well. These flavors are perfect for fall. You can do this hot or iced. If you're doing it hot, pour in your chai tea concentrate with your milk and froth that, and then pour that on top of your double shot with your syrup. This next one is a very simple combination, but the flavor is so good. So again, we're starting with our pumpkin spice syrup. I did about 2 tablespoons, and then about 1 tablespoon of this salted caramel syrup. This is a pre-bought one you can use. It has great ingredients. I will have this brand in the description box, but you can make your own, whether it's salted caramel or caramel sauce. I will pour in my milk. Since I'm making this a macchiato, macchiato just means it's a flipped or inverted latte, so the espresso shot goes on top. I will fill my glass up with milk, pour in my shot, and there you have it. You can also do this one hot, just froth your milk first. The next one we are going to do is a super simple one. I'm just sharing the syrup with you, and that is a toffee syrup. I'm doing a toffee crunch latte, so I use 2 or 3 tablespoons of the toffee syrup. Pour in your double shot, and then use, this is hot, so I'm using hot frothed milk. You can also do this iced just with cold milk. Pour that in on top. If you want to make this a little fancier and do a toffee crunch latte, I sprinkled in some toffee bits on top. If you use the small crushed up ones, they kind of melt into the latte if you're doing a hot one, and the bigger ones, again, have a little bit of crunch to it. So that is a really fun fall flavor. This one is also a very simple flavor, and it's just because of the syrup. It is a caramel bourbon syrup. I use 1 or 2 tablespoons of the syrup, pour in my espresso shot, then pour in my frothed milk. Again, you can do this with iced milk and make it an iced drink. And that is all. It's a really subtle bourbon flavor, and it is a really nice fall drink to add to hot coffees. I've been obsessed with this one this season. And you can always find me adding marshmallows to my hot drinks, so I will also have that recipe of mine in the description below. So this is the last one, and this is a pumpkin spice latte with brown sugar cold foam. So you add in 1 or 2 tablespoons of the pumpkin spice syrup, add in your double shot of espresso, pour in your milk, and then I like to fill it up with ice so the cold foam has something to sit on top of. And then for the brown sugar cold foam, there's 2 ways you can do this. You can use brown sugar syrup or brown sugar straight. I like using the brown sugar syrup because it kind of blends better with the heavy cream and half. So to make the cold foam, I will use about 2 tablespoons of heavy cream and about 1 tablespoon of half and half. You can also use milk here. Half and half just makes it a little bit more creamy and frothy. I will add in 2 tablespoons of brown sugar syrup, or like maybe a teaspoon of just plain brown sugar, and I will froth that up with my hand frother to keep it cold and pour that in on top. You can add in some brown sugar or sprinkle that on top to make it a little fancier, and there you have it. Those are the fall drinks. Thank you again to Tin Boom Coffee Roasters for sponsoring this video. Check them out below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.